Good morning, everybody. Hope your long holiday weekend is off to a great start. It's a hot one out there here in North Georgia. You are looking at Midtown Atlanta right now. Look at the downtown connector there. Look at that holiday weekend traffic. We know it's a busy one. A lot of you are making those plans to get out and about, so thanks for spending some time with us. I'm Megan Packer. We'll check in with First Alert meteorologist Courtney Jacobazzi here in just a moment. As you make those weekend plans, I know that you are wondering just how hot will it get this weekend. Boy, wait till you hear her forecast. You do need to stay safe in these temperatures, but I just wanted to update you really quickly on some of the top stories that we are tracking for you this weekend. Even though it is the long holiday weekend, it's Saturday, we're always working here to let you know what's happening across Metro Atlanta. One of the top stories that we are following today is a fire investigation at an Atlanta Police Academy building. Firefighters were called out just before 2:20 this morning to Southside Industrial Parkway in Southeast Atlanta. When we were out here this morning getting this video, you can see there were still a few police officers here, but what we learned is several motorcycles were on fire in a parking deck there at that facility, and firefighters say they did find incendiary devices there. So this is a fire investigation right now. No word on any arrests, no word on possible suspects, but we know the Atlanta Fire Rescue Department is looking into this. So again, this is a fire investigation at an Atlanta Police Academy building. We will keep you updated throughout the day as we learn more about what happened out there exactly and if anybody is arrested today as I look into that. It is July 1st. It is the night that we've been talking about for a while. It is almost time for Look Up Atlanta in downtown at Centennial Olympic Park. Here's some video from years past. Always a great time. We do just want to remind you of some do's and don'ts if you're heading out there tonight. Bags bigger than 12 by 12 by 6 inches are not allowed, so you'll get through security faster if you bring a small clear bag with you. Also this year, no animals, no balls, no coolers, and no tents if you're going out there. You've got to know where to park. So you can park in the red deck, $10 there. That is on top of the $10 general admission to get in. And the green deck is for VIP parking only. If you are taking rideshare, the drop-off location for that is at the Andrew Young International Transportation Terminal. And as always, with downtown events, you can take MARTA, the Peachtree Center, or the Georgia World Congress Center, and CNN stations are just a short walk from the park. So you've got a few different options if you are heading down there. And if you would like to just watch from the comfort of your home, stay in the AC, our team has you covered. So many of our Atlanta News First team members will be out there, and we will be broadcasting starting at 6 o'clock on Peachtree TV, so you'll be able to watch. It includes a lot of musical performances, including from Atlanta Symphony Orchestra, so it should be a great time. Hard to believe that it's already July 1st, so this is the event that we have been waiting for as we get closer to July 4th. And obviously for the holiday, a lot of you are hitting the road. Just that reminder from law enforcement that Georgia State Patrol and the Motor Carrier Compliance Division are out there in force right now. They've got more high visibility patrols. Last year, troopers and officers issued more than 8,400 warnings. They arrested 370 people for DUI. And a reminder that today marks the 5th anniversary of Georgia's hands-free driving law. So 5 years. You remember when that went into effect? We still see people with phones in the hands, though. So just remember to put that phone down. Be safe when you're behind the wheel. In the DeKalb County city of Brookhaven, the city council approved a resolution last night asking DeKalb County to add a referendum to the November 7th ballot. They want people to vote on an annexation issue, whether the Toco Hills and Biltmore Acres areas should be annexed into the city. Both the city and the county have to agree to add the annexation issue to the ballot. DeKalb County commissioners have previously said that move would mean a loss of $2 million in property tax revenue a year. If you are going out and about today, you have got to stay safe in these hot temperatures. One thing to keep in mind is if you are taking the kids to the playground, the National Program for Playground Safety says playground equipment can get up to 189 degrees. You can imagine just how quickly that can burn a child's skin. Signs to look out for to make sure they are not getting too hot and getting heat exhaustion. That includes profusely sweating, extreme thirst, and confusion. This is really, really important to keep in mind, really for all age groups when we're talking about how hot we will get. So we hope that you have a fun and happy 4th. Stay safe, stay cool. Thanks for checking in with us. I'm Megan Packer. I'll bring in First Alert meteorologist Courtney Jacobazzi because, Courtney, these temperatures are really something that we have not felt in a really long time.
Yeah.
And it's that heat index, right, that will make it especially dangerous for all of us.
Correct. Yeah, the feels like temperature essentially. So that's going to get so high today that you're really going to need to stay hydrated. It's important to do that. And we say that all the time, but this weekend, especially with a lot of you making those outdoor plans, it's super, super important. So essentially, I'm going to give you a really quick science lesson. When you have so much humidity in the air and you start to sweat, because the air is already saturated, that sweat on your skin can't evaporate. And what happens is when sweat evaporates off your skin, that actually is what cools you down, because evaporation is a cooling process. So when that evaporation can't happen because of how much humidity is in the air, that's when it starts to feel oppressively hot out there. And that is unfortunately what we are going to deal with today. Hence one of the signs that Megan was talking about in kids. If you see them profusely sweating, then that's just a sign that maybe you need to kind of dial it down a notch, go sit in the shade, drink some water, and then get back at it. Because without that sweat evaporating, essentially you're not letting your body go through that natural process of cooling. So really important tips as we head into a very hot holiday weekend here. Today we are forecast to climb into the mid 90s. 96 degrees is today's high. Some of us might even get a little bit hotter than that. Either way, we're not record heat. The record for this day was back in 2012 of 105 degrees, but it is going to feel like 105 degrees, which really, I mean, whether it's 105 at the surface or it feels like 105, it's going to feel like 105 to you. So that's still, again, pretty dangerous. So expect those triple digit feels like temperatures to last for most of the afternoon. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hours of triple digit or higher feels like temperatures between 1 and 6 o'clock tonight. So if you are headed to the park, if you are headed to look up Atlanta, you're headed to the lakes or rivers today, just can't stress enough. One, wear your sunscreen because the UV index is very high today. But also just have plenty of water handy, and make sure that you take time to kind of just relax a little bit if you are planning on exerting yourself a good bit this afternoon. So as we head through the afternoon hours, we're going to be dry for most of the day. This model has been doing really well with what's going on out there right now, just past 12 o'clock here. But as we head through the afternoon, with it picking up on what's happening now, I think it's going to have a good idea of what's going to happen later, because models have really struggled with our forecast pattern the past couple of days, but it's encouraging to see this model already doing a good job. So we're going to go with this one. By 4:30, this is the high-resolution model, by the way. By 4:30, maybe an isolated shower or thunderstorm. 5 o'clock when Look Up Atlanta starts, we should be dry. Could have maybe a few isolated thunderstorms for the late evening, but overall, I think most of us will be dry today. So I think that for no matter what your evening plans are, whether you are headed to Centennial Olympic Park tonight for Look Up Atlanta, maybe you're having a barbecue with your family and friends, maybe you're camping out. If you're camping in this weather, you're better than me. It's too hot for that. But either way, you won't have to worry about any kind of rain or storm activity. It looks pretty isolated today. So here's a look at the Look Up Atlanta forecast. It's going to be 95 degrees at the surface by 5 o'clock. But again, it's going to feel more like 100, 102 degrees at that point. And then as we head into the evening, again, maybe an isolated storm, but I don't think that's necessarily going to impact Centennial Olympic Park. I think that will more so be around the downtown Atlanta area, but something we'll still be watching for. With these kinds of setups, when you're hot and humid and these storms kind of bubble up in the heat of the day, you can't really pinpoint exactly where those are going to pop up, but we do know that as we make our way through the heat of the day, through the early evening hours, that we could have a few pop-up storms. So we'll be watching for that through the day, but I don't think it should have much of an impact on any kind of Look Up Atlanta festivities tonight, which is good news for all of the concerts and, of course, the fireworks. Fireworks and rain don't really go well together, so that's all good news. Just be sure you're staying hydrated because it's going to be hot. That's the key today. Tomorrow morning, we could have a few showers and thunderstorms roll through around 8 o'clock, so after sunrise. At this point, we'll have enough fuel for thunderstorm activity. Don't necessarily see any severe threat with that, but some heavy rain definitely possible. And then we'll watch for maybe some widely scattered thunderstorms through the afternoon. At this point, we're actually going to have a cold front start to move in. So that big ridge of high pressure that's been dominating our forecast the past couple of days, bringing us all of this heat, that's going to start to weaken. And that will allow for a little bit of a pattern change. So a front will start to approach. We'll have this boundary set up out ahead of it, and that could bring us a more widely scattered shower and thunderstorm activity for the day tomorrow, especially for the evening, and then we kind of quiet down as we pass sunset. But overall, it's going to be a hot weekend. I think that's really going to be the biggest impact. Although tomorrow, if models continue hinting that we're going to have such a widespread storm chance for the afternoon. Might up that storm chance to 50% for Sunday. The first half of the day should be mainly dry with the exception of a few morning showers north of the city. But the afternoon and evening, typical summertime pattern, we know how it is here in Georgia, as that boundary kind of sets up over the area that could create more widely scattered thunderstorms. So if you have any barbecue plans, you have any picnic plans with the family tomorrow night, any dinner plans for your Sunday, just keep in mind you might need the umbrella or just might want to move those inside. So today, mainly dry but very hot. We have the first alert for heat and storms today and tomorrow. We have a heat advisory that goes through 1 a.m. Monday. So that does mean that even tomorrow, the feels like temperatures will be in the triple digits. Monday, we are keeping a first alert because models are thinking that we could have some more thunderstorms roll in, maybe some severe storms again as that cold front starts to approach the area. A lot of models at this point are actually kind of drying us out. If that's the case, we'll be a little hotter on Monday, and we won't necessarily worry about severe weather, but the Storm Prediction Center right now has all the area under a level 1 of 5 threat for wind and hail, and of course all these thunderstorms in the summertime with all the moisture in the air will be heavy rain producers. But right now we're just going to first alert it because we're keeping an eye on it, so we want you to keep an eye on it essentially. But Monday we might need to fine tune as we go through the day today and kind of get a better idea. But the chance for severe weather is there. And then as we head into 4th of July, I do think most of your 4th of July will be dry. That rain chance seems to be more so in the evening hours. So if you have any evening barbecues, or maybe you're out at the river, out at the lake, you just want to be sure that you are paying attention as you go through your day because storms might develop as we head closer to around 6 o'clock. But again, that timing we'll be able to fine tune a little more closer to the day. And then we'll keep just a summer-like pattern. Afternoons, showers and storms pretty much every day, low 90s, and we'll be in the upper 80s on Friday. The storms might roll in a little sooner in the day on Friday, which will help kind of impede our temperatures from soaring into the low 90s. So upper 80s. Will that feel crisp to some of you by the end of the week? Maybe. All right, everyone. Can't stress enough to please just stay safe this weekend. Not only the heat, but as you're traveling around town, just be mindful on the roadways. There's a lot of people heading out and about this weekend for the holiday. But stay cool today. Enjoy your weekend. And thanks so much for spending some time with us. We'll catch you here next time.